أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له الملك الحق المبين. وأشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا ومصطفانا وقائدنا ومعلمنا وقرة أعيننا محمد رسول الله الصادق الوعد الأمين الذي ما ترك شيئا يقربنا من الله والجنة إلا ودلنا عليه، وما ترك شيئا يباعدنا من الله أو يباعدنا من الجنة أو يقربنا من النار إلا وحذرنا منه. فاللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم، وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. My dear brothers and sisters, يروي سيدنا ابن عباس رضي الله عنه كما ورد في سنن البيهقي أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: 4 من أعطيهن فقد أوتي خيري الدنيا والآخرة: لسان ذاكر، وقلب شاكر، وبدن على البلاء صابر، وزوجة صالحة لا تبغيه خونا في نفسها وماله. Narrated al-Bayhaqi by Sayyiduna Abdullah ibn Abbas Ridwanullahi alayhi, that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives someone 4 things, 4 ni'am, this person, he or she, got the best of this life, the khayr of this life, and the best of the hereafter when he or she stands before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. 4 من أعطيهن فقد أوتي خيري الدنيا والآخرة. So if someone has the 4 things that the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in this hadith, That means this person got the khayr, the good, the best of this life, and the khayr and the best of the hereafter. Then the Prophet ﷺ in this hadith counted 4 things. Number 1, he said sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, lisanun dhakir. Everybody has a tongue, but it's that tongue that helps the person to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The tongue used to be in touch with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to be connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's number 1. Then the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, وَقَلْبٌ شَاكِرٌ. It's a heart that's satisfied and content and thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to every ni'mah and blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon him or her. Then number 3, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, when this person is patient, is given the ni'mah of sabr, where he accepts what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him, no matter what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decrees for him, he or she is happy and sabr, patient. Whether it's something like he or she likes or does not like. وَجَسَدٌ or وَبَدَنٌ عَلَى الْبَلَاءِ صَابِرٌ. Then the Prophet ﷺ said that the 4th ni'mah is a righteous and chaste wife that fears Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in her husband. So when you look at this hadith, my brothers and sisters, we learn not only about these main ni'am in this life, but also the Prophet ﷺ is teaching us how to set our priorities in this life. Alhamdulillah, we have a lot of ni'am. So would you please move forward, inshallah, to leave a space for those who are coming late. Jazakumullah khairan. We all have ni'am, my brothers and sisters. But we need to focus on our priorities in this life. The Prophet ﷺ in this hadith is teaching us and getting our attention to what's important in this life. The first ni'mah that can make you and me happy in this life, get the khayr of this dunya and the khayr of al-akhirah, is when we stay in touch with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Stay connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one of the easy and best ways to be with Allah all the time is to remember Allah and to make dhikr. And to use this tongue, which is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to remember Allah, to say something good, to guide others to do well, and not to backbite, for example, or hurt others, or say even one bad word. That's one of the greatest ni'am that we can get in this life. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, when it came to dhikr, remembering Allah, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala requested the believers to remember Allah a lot, as much as they can. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اذكروا الله ذكرا كثيرا والذاكرين الله كثيرا والذاكرات. Those who remember Allah a lot. On the other hand, the Quran taught us that one of the main signs of hypocrisy in this life, of hypocrites, is that those hypocrites, they do not remember Allah enough. وَإِذَا قَامُوا إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ قَامُوا كُسَالَى. When they go to the salah, subhanallah, you can see that it's hard for them. And they look lazy and tired, just because they are going to the salah. وَلَا يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. when it comes to dhikr, they remember Allah little, not much. But the believers, they remember Allah all the time. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in Surah Al Imran. الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض. Those who remember Allah all the time, standing, sitting, laying down on their sides. Subhanallah in Surah Al-Anfal. See that this dhikr, subhanallah, it empowers the believer, makes him or her very strong. Why? Again, because you are with Allah. I am connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When I keep saying subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, read Quran, for example, and stay in touch with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I'm powerful and strong. That's why when it came to even war, Allah says in Surah Al-Anfal, يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا لقيتم فئة فاثبتوا. When you have to face a group of people, you have to stand firm. But look, it's not about the material power. It's also about being with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فاثبتوا واذكروا الله. And remember Allah. This is what we need, my brothers and sisters. When we face any problem in this life, when we are going through a hardship in this life, we tend to try to fix things around us, things on earth, but we do not tend enough to deal with Allah. Remember Allah and say, Ya Rabb, I need your help. Ya Rabb, I need support. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, تعرف إلى الله في الرخاء يعرفك في الشدة. You need to stay in touch with Allah all times. Even if it's an easy time. It's not a hardship. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will support you at the time when you really need the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we always need the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminded the believers when they go through any hardship, anything, just remember Allah. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in a very amazing hadith, narrated by Al-Bazzar, the Prophet ﷺ praised those who remember Allah, especially when people are heedless. They do not make dhikr. And he gave a very beautiful example, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And he said, ذَاكِرُ اللَّهِ بَيْنَ الْغَافِلِينَ. The example of someone who remembers Allah when people are heedless, careless, talkative, backbiting. The one who remembers Allah at that time. كَالْمُقَاتِلِ بَيْنَ الْفَارِينَ. Just like an example of a soldier in a battle, and he's the only one who's fighting while other soldiers are fleeing the battle and running away and going back. He's the only one in touch with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at that time. And when a man came and said, Ya Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, inna shara'i al-Islam kathurat alay. The laws and codes of Islam became too much for me, Ya Rasulullah. فَبَابٌ نَتَمَسَّكُ بِهِ جَامِعٌ. Tell me, Ya Rasulullah, about something. When I do it, adhere to it and stick to it, that will help me, Ya Rasulullah. He said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, لا يزال لسانك رطبا من ذكر الله. If you're really looking for a true help, and real support to really adhere to Islam, all the codes and laws of Islam, remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Use this ni'mah, which is your tongue, my tongue, to remember Allah. We can do this a lot, my brothers and sisters. We can read Quran, we can listen to Quran. We can do a lot of things. And I always give this example to myself and others. That subhanallah, if you look at the time we spend every day on our cell phones, text messages, emails, whatever you call it, it's a lot now that you can do in the cell phone every day. If you use 10% of the time we spend on our cell phones every day to make dhikr, to read Quran, to memorize Quran, wallahi, we'll do a lot every day. We'll get a lot of hasanat every day. Sometimes we don't feel it. If you count the time that you spend to make phone calls, text messages, and Facebook, and all this, you will see and find out that I spend hours. And sometimes we don't think to read one page of the Quran. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that in the hadith of Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu, that one letter of the Quran, Allah rewards for it with 10 hasanat. So making dhikr, my brothers and sisters, and using this ni'mah, our tongues, to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one of these ways to be happy, to have this tranquility and peace of mind, and to be in touch with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And of course to be successful when we stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam added one more thing. And he said, وَقَلْبٌ شَاكِرٌ. And in Islam, subhanAllah, when you read the Quran and the Sunnah, you always see that dhikr and shukr are always combined. Is to be grateful to Allah, to be happy and satisfied with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you and me, and say alhamdulillah. And you look at what the Prophet said. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did not say a tongue that's thankful to Allah. The Prophet said a heart. Qalbun shakir. Qalbun shakir. Because you can say alhamdulillah, but deep inside you're not happy, or I'm not happy. No, the Prophet is qalbun shakir. And again, dhikr and shukr always come together. فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ وَاشْكُرُوا لِي وَلَا تَكْفُرُونَ. You remember Allah, Allah remembers you. When you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His ni'am, Allah will increase this ni'am and give you more. And one day the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said to Mu'adh, Ya Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiallahu anhu, Inni uhibbu, I love you. فَقُلْ. Since I love you, I'm going to give you something good to do. I'm going to help you with something. He says sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to Mu'adh, فَقُلْ اللهم أعني على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. Oh Allah, help me to remember you. Help me to thank you. Help me to worship you the way you like, the best way I can. And the best level and the highest and the first level of shukr, my brothers and sisters, since subhanAllah, everybody this weekend is celebrating the Thanksgiving. The Muslim is always thankful to Allah. Not only one day in the year. Always say alhamdulillah. Every salah, at least 17 times a day, we say alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. And we should be thankful to Allah, because we cannot count the ni'am. Again, the first level of shukr is to refer the ni'mah to Allah subhanahu. Because He's the only one who gave us all these ni'am and blessings. And when people like Qarun said, إِنَّمَا أُوتِيتُهُ عَلَى عِلْمٍ عِنْدِي, all what I have now and today is just because of my knowledge, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroyed Qarun and all what he has. So first we have to refer the ni'am to Allah. وَمَا بِكُم مِّن نِعْمَةٍ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ. Whatever ni'mah you have, I have, it all came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we are the only ones who benefit from this shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَنْ شَكَرَ فَإِنَّمَا يَشْكُرُ لِنَفْسِهِ. Whoever thanks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will, He's the one who benefits. And Allah will increase. لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ وَلَإِن كَفَرْتُمْ إِنَّ عَذَابِي لَشَدِيدٌ. That's another way, brothers and sisters, is to be happy. Because subhanallah, look at those who are stingy, those who's never been satisfied and happy with the ni'am given to them by Allah. Wallahi, it's like someone who has something in his hand and he doesn't see it. And he or she keeps looking at what people has. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ said, if you just be happy with what Allah has given you, and you don't keep looking here and there, looking at what people has and doesn't have, and all this, people will like you. And Allah will like you. And Allah will give you more. When we forget this, my brothers and sisters, and we don't thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, again, we will never ever be able to enjoy the ni'am we have. Again, it's like somebody who's greedy and he has enough and he never enjoys his life. Because he's always looking for more, more, more. And the Prophet ﷺ said, وَلَا يَمْلَأُ عَيْنَ ابْنِ آدَمَ إِلَّا التُّرَابِ وَيَتُوبُ اللَّهُ عَلَى مَنْ تَابَ. So let's say Alhamdulillah and make shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala every single second, so that we'll be happy and satisfied and Allah will give us more. Another ni'mah that whoever gets it will be happy also, as the Prophet ﷺ said, is to be sabr, to be patient, and to say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Our aqeedah is to accept the qada and the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala no matter what. At the same time, we believe with no doubt at all that whatever Allah decides for us, it's the best for us. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, وَالصَّبْرُ ضِيَاء. Diya is light. Why? Because when we go through hardships in this life, if you're not patient, subhanallah, the person becomes like a blind person. He doesn't see anything, any exits for his problem. But he say, Alhamdulillah, Ya Rab. And you go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you be patient. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said in Al-Bukhari wa Muslim, وَمَا أُعْطِيَ أَحَدٌ عَطَاءً خَيْرًا وَأَوْسَعَ مِنَ الصَّبْرِ. The best ni'mah you can get from Allah in this life, among all His ni'am, is to be patient and say Alhamdulillah. I will stop right here, since the time, inshallah, is not going to be enough to finish the whole hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala أن يعلمنا ما ينفعنا وأن ينفعنا بما علمنا إنه جواد كريم. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد رسول الله. My brothers and sisters, Jazakumullah khairan for hosting me today. I came from San Diego to give this khutbah and also to invite you all to an event coming soon, inshallah, by Islamic Relief USA, which is the gala for the 20th anniversary of Islamic Relief. I'm sure everybody here knows Islamic Relief, alhamdulillah, what Islamic Relief has been doing and still doing for the needy and the poor and the widows and the orphans all over the world. Alhamdulillah, Islamic Relief is working in about 40 countries. There is about 6 million beneficiaries from the work that Islamic Relief is doing, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. And Islamic Relief, inshallah, is having this big event, inshallah, on December 21st, inshallah, in Anaheim, in Hilton Hotel, inshallah, at 5 p.m. So please, inshallah, come, bring your family. We'll have, inshallah, Imam Siraj Wahaj, Brother Mahir Zain, and other speakers, inshallah, to share with the community what we have done so far in Islamic Relief and what we are planning to do, inshallah, and to enjoy the time together. Jazakumullahu khairan. You can also get your tickets, inshallah, from online, IRUSA/events. I also have some announcements for the masjid here. Number one, the Pillars Academy Islamic School has limited spots open for mid-year enrollment. Also, there is no youth group tonight. Impact is celebrating the 25th anniversary at their upcoming convention on Sunday, December 14th, inshallah, at the Long Beach Convention Center. For more information, please visit impact.org/convention. Last one is American Muslims for Palestine will be hosting its first Southern California Conference for Palestine on Saturday, December 7th at the Chinese Cultural Center in Irvine. Please visit ampalestine.org, inshallah, for more information. Also, I was told right before the Salah that some brothers here or sisters are collecting clothes for Syria. It could be used, it could be new, inshallah. Please, whoever wants to donate clothes for our brothers and sisters in Syria, please send them to Irvine Masjid, inshallah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, as soon as you can. أسأل الله عز وجل أن يتقبل منا. اللهم تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. تب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا وثبت اللهم أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين. اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين. اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين. اجعل اللهم جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما وتفرقنا بعده تفرقا معصوما. اللهم لا تجعل فينا ولا بيننا ولا حولنا شقيا ولا محروما. اللهم آمين. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم وصلي اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وأقم الصلاة.